Well, joining me now from Doha is Martin Reardon. He's the Vice President of the Soufan Group, which provides security intelligence services to governments and organisations. Hello to you, Martin Reardon. Now, apart from the lack of grammar in that tweet, what do you make of what you've heard from Donald Trump in the last few hours in relation to the Washington Post story that he leaked classified information?
Well, he is correct in one aspect. As the President of the United States, he does have the authority to decide what is and is not classified. I think the question comes down, it's a couple, both judgment calls. Was that information? We don't know exactly what was passed at this point. The White House is saying one thing, the Washington Post reporting something else, but whatever he passed, was there a need to pass that? Because that's paramount to intelligence sharing. Is there a need to pass that information? And just as importantly, if that was, in fact, foreign intelligence, information we received from a foreign partner, there are caveats on that. And it's that foreign government that actually provides the authority to pass that information. And this allegedly was very sensitive information. It could jeopardize that government's source where it came, was very specific. I wouldn't put it past the Russians to try and exploit that. It's important to keep in mind, I don't think the White House realizes this, Russia is not now, nor they have been in the last 7+ decades, U.S. allies. There are things we can work with them on, but they are certainly not U.S. allies.
It does seem that's been forgotten in the past few months, Martin. Now, as you mentioned, we're not sure what the evidence, what the information was, but surely the point of this is, regardless of how classified or unclassified that information is, it's a lack of trust that other countries will now have in the US administration, that things they say to Donald Trump may then be passed on to people that you don't want them passed on to.
Absolutely. In fact, you recall some years back when WikiLeaks first came on, they created a number of issues with quite a few countries about information that they had provided to the United States with the understanding that it was going to be protected, and then all of a sudden it's on the internet. And then, of course, some embarrassing things that some U.S. officials said in cables back to Washington about their host country counterparts that was also put out there. So, yes, this can just start that whole issue over again. But I think people will think twice about sharing sensitive information with the United States if there's no guarantees that it's going to be protected. This was possibly a very poor lack of judgment.
I mean, the fact is that Donald Trump is not a politician, never admitted to being one or pretends to be one. Do you think that in some way, Martin, that this is just going to reinforce what many world leaders have already thought about Donald Trump, that perhaps we can't really trust that he's going to act in a way that normal presidents do?
I think quite a few leaders think that, but also when it comes to countries. Leaders have their own country's interest at stake. That's first and foremost. There are things, depending which part of the world you're talking about, there are things that some foreign leaders find, foreign leaders who are U.S. allies find very attractive about the president, as far as policy or potential policy. So, but yes, this could cause some problems.
Okay, Martin Reardon there from the Soufan Group in Doha. Thanks for joining us.